The Bible has different ways of talking about an individual or a nation, sometimes with brutal and ugly honesty, sometimes with gracious silence. Lot, for instance, in the book of Genesis, well, his whole ugly story is presented there for us to see. But then when Peter talks about Lot, he calls him righteous Lot. One is brutal honesty, one is gracious silence. Even better, righteousness is ascribed to Lot. Psalm 105 and 106 present very different pictures of Israel. In Psalm 105, there's no mention of the rebellions of Israel. Psalm 106, there's a whole list of the rebellions of Israel. Sometimes there's brutal honesty, sometimes there's gracious silence. Now, we're reading Chronicles right now, and maybe you've noticed the different way of telling the story of David and Solomon between Chronicles and then Kings. Kings presents David with Bathsheba and Uriah, talks about Solomon and his idolatry. None of that is mentioned by the chronicler. Different ways of telling the same story. Same with you and me. Now, certainly you can tell a story about all the ugly things that we've done, all the evil actions that we've done, which would be a true reckoning of our lives. But when God tells our story, he tells our story in Christ. And when God tells our story, he accounts us righteous, beloved, pure, and forgiven, all for the sake of Christ. And in the end, it's God's story about you that matters.